In this video, let's see an IIT JEE question of the year 2003 which was asked for 2 marks and the topic was of functions. Let's see what the question has to say and let's see how to solve the question. Let's read the question together. Domain of the definition of the function fx is equal to sine inverse 2x plus pi by 6 whole root for real valued x is what? There are 4 options given to me as minus 1 by 4 to 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2 to 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2 to 1 by 9 and minus 1 by 4 to 1 by 4. We have to choose which out of these 4 options is correct. I repeat, it was asked in the year 2003 and it was of 2 marks. Now, if we have a look at this question, I know it is a square root function. And I also know that a square root function means what? The value should always be greater than equal to 0. That means it should be non-negative. So let's get started with the solution. Let's write that yes, I know sine inverse 2x plus pi by 6 has to be greater than equal to 0. Why? Because it is a square root function and a square root function is defined for real values only when the value is non-negative. Now if this happens, then what is the value of sine inverse 2x? It is basically sine inverse 2x is greater than equal to minus pi by 6. And since it is sine inverse theta, I also know that the value should be lying between an interval. And what is that interval? It is basically minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Now, compare the left hand value, that is minus pi by 2 with minus pi by 6. I have a combined set of these values. Combining these 2 things, I have finally what? It is minus pi by 6 sine inverse 2x and pi by 2. How did we go about this step? We basically combine both these steps. I know that the right hand limit has to be pi by 2 only since it is positive. For the negative, the lesser one, the least one will come out, that is minus pi by 6. Now it is inverse. We are basically concentrating on the question as we want to find out the domain. Now the domain means the values of x and inverse shouldn't be there. So what do? I basically put sine everywhere. So my question again changes and it becomes sine minus pi by 6. Inequality sign, then it becomes sine inverse 2x and last but not the least it becomes sine pi by 2. Now what do we observe from these steps? That sine and sine inverse nullify each other, they basically cancel each other. And also I have some values as predefined. That means sine pi by 6, that means sine 180 upon 6 or 30 degrees is 1 by 2. I have negative sign, so it becomes minus 1 by 2. Let me write it here. It becomes minus 1 by 2 for sine minus pi by 6 and less than equal to 2x. So it is inequalities 2x. Again inequality sign, sine pi by 2 is what? It is sine 90 degree. What is sine 90? It is 1. Now we have the answer for 2x, but let's move back to the question. The question was domain for real valued x and not 2x. That means my answer is not minus 1 by 2 to 1, rather it has to be a value in the terms of x. So manipulating it again, I have minus 1 by 4 2x to 1 by 2. What do? I basically multiplied here 2, so it becomes divide here and divide there 2. Let me write the final solution in a box and let's see which option basically is minus 1 by 4 to 1 by 2. Let's cross check. It is option number A. So my option number A is the answer. Let me repeat, how did we do this question? The question is an IIT JEE question asked in the previous year of 2003 for 2 marks. The question concentrates on knowing the values, the domains and the range of trigonometric functions.